All right, welcome to Cafe Chronicles. Tonight we have Matthew Rose, the director,
Executive
executive director of the Michigan Music Awards.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me, man. I'm incredibly honored to be here.
We're honored to have you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. I want to start there. We'll get to the awards a little bit later.
I gotcha. Okay.
Like, were you brought up into like a musical family? Did you play an instrument? I know you don't now because we had that conversation a little while ago. But
So like my family is, I would consider my family to be a pretty musical family. I grew up with my both parents listening to everything from Motown to country to, I mean, you name it, I was listening to it. And then I was born in 1980. So by the time I hit my like formative years, that's when hip hop was really starting to take root and really kind of growing. And I kind of latched onto that. So like the early, like I said, like the early 90s, late 80s hip hop really like captivated me and I was just blown away by it. So as far as all that's concerned, I would say, yeah, I've been kind of into music my entire life. I've got some family members that are pretty talented. They can sing very well. I was not fortunate enough to get that gene. And as far as any instruments or anything like that, like, you know, I did the typical, you know, you learn an instrument in elementary school. So I learned how to play the saxophone.
that was my first instrument.
Was it really?
Yeah, alto sax.
Did you play the alto sax? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you play any other saxophones at all or just the alto?
No, just alto. Yeah.
So like I played from elementary school, so roughly, for sake of argument, we'll say maybe about fourth grade, I think is when they introduced the instruments to us. I played alto sax pretty much all through elementary school and into junior high. And then I switched back and forth between a couple of different saxophones. So I played alto sax, I played the tenor sax, I played baritone sax. Oh, wow. The only one I never played was the soprano, which I always thought was really cool. I wanted to play like I can't think of his name, Kenny G. I wanted to play like Kenny G. But so then once high school started, I went to Ferndale High School. So they had this. They were like, if you were in the band and you played in the concert band, you also had to be part of the marching band. And I had marched in parades and stuff like in junior high and elementary school, and I was over it, man. I was like, I don't want to do any of that stuff. So I quit and I never played an instrument again after that.
Yeah,
so.
I was never in a marching band. No. I was always in like the jazz band.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, you were one of the cooler band nerds. You know, I was the one that's like, no, you're playing in the concert band because you're not good enough to play in symphony band.
I hated it though.
Did you really?
My parents would always like, you need to practice your sax, and like all my friends would be playing outside, and I'm like, you know.
I'll be honest with you, like. My parents, as far as I remember, they never pushed me to practice. Yeah. They're just like, we spent money on this thing, you're going to play it. And that's basically all it was. So I don't really remember ever putting that much effort into it. And believe it or not, like all through school, like I still can't read a lick of music. I would play everything by ear. So I'd sit there and fake it like the first couple times around it when we're sitting in the classroom and they're playing songs and stuff, and I'd listen to the person next to me, and then I'd mimic the sounds and start playing it.
That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like I look back at it now and I go, that's pretty awesome. Wow. You know? But yeah.
So what kind of music were you listening to? Like what do you remember as your first like you couldn't get enough of? Like, what were you listening to?
So,
do you remember the first album you bought?
That I personally bought myself? Oh man, that's a tough one. Honestly, I think it was Naughty by Nature. And it was oh man, can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the name of the album, but it was the like one of their first albums, the one with OPP on it and stuff like that. So I think that's the first one I bought myself. And I remember me and my cousin, and this is so crazy, I remember this to this day. Me and my cousin, I think we actually had the cassette. We didn't even buy a CD. They weren't really a thing yet. So we had the cassette, and we were somewhere in a hotel because we were like having this like my mom and her sister and my cousins. We were just somewhere spending some time together. I don't know exactly what we were doing, but I remember my cousin and I sitting under the sink in this hotel room with our little stereo. We popped that tape in and we're listening to it. And we're trying to keep it really low so nobody can hear us. And it's MF this, MF that. We're just like, yeah, this is awesome. So I think that's the first album I bought myself.
So you were listening to that kind of.
Yeah, dude. It was gangster rap for me, man.
Yeah.
It was everything that I'm not. And I was like, this is cool. This is cool. You know, and that's kind of influenced me right up until now. It's kind of, I know this sounds really weird and cliche, like, you know, this music made me who I am today, but like really hip hop did. And it wasn't even really about the lyrics necessarily that kind of grabbed me and took me. It was more so the beat, the sampling that they would do from like other songs. Like as I've gotten older now, what I'll do sometimes just for fun is I'll sit there and I'll go through my playlist on YouTube Music or whatever, and I'll hear whole old hip hop songs and I'll be like, okay, let me Google and see what exactly they sampled, and then I'll take that and I'll listen to the original.
Yeah.
And dude, it's just awesome, man. I found some really cool stuff doing that, man.
That's very interesting. I've seen sites where they do that.
Yeah.
Where they'll go and they'll pick out the samples.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll take like seconds.
Yeah.
And they'll turn it into,
Yeah. It's unbelievable. So my fiance, she's got a son who's gonna be 21 this year. And we were sitting at home one day and he comes out and he's like, I want to show you guys this video I found on YouTube. He plays this video and it's literally like, it'll be like, I'm trying to think of a song right now. I just, it's not coming to me, but like it'll play this song and it'll say this song came from, and then it'll transition into the original or vice versa, where they'll play this original song and they'll be like, and then this producer took it, flipped it and made it into this song. And I'm just like, bro, this is so cool. This is so cool. And that's honestly, that's what I originally wanted to do. I was like, I want to be a producer. I want to make beats. I want to make music. I want what I get from music, how I feel from music. I want to make other people feel that way.
Yeah.
And
how do you feel about that? Of like artists taking someone else's recordings and using that to make something else?
So, I mean, me personally, maybe I'll get flack for this. I don't know, because I know there's a lot of people that are like, well, it's my art. It's my music that I've created. But like anything else, man, I mean, let's be honest. We all take our inspiration from somewhere else.
Sure.
We aren't dressed the way we're dressed right now just because we're like, I want to wear this. It's influenced from somewhere. And I don't think music's really any different. If you look back at like the history of these big rap groups like Wu-Tang Clan, like listen to all their songs, dude. They were influenced by these really bad kung fu movies. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in all of their music. So it's like, I think had I been somebody that made music or whatever, and then down the road somebody was like, I'm going to take this song that Matt Rose did and I'm going to tweak it and I'm going to make it my own, like I'd be honored. That's like honor to me. You think enough of my art that now you want to turn around and make it your own. I think that's pretty cool.
See, because I was watching something where a guy was going through a song. I think it was a Beck song from Odelay. Mm-hmm. And he was going through the song and he was taking like what he samples from, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like a drum beat from something in like the 1950s or something, right? Yeah. And it was just a simple drum beat, but it was taken from there. And I'm thinking, well, couldn't he have just like re-recorded the drum beat?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of sampling it.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm sure there's an art to it. I'm not putting it down or anything, but I don't know how I feel about it. But I don't know, because you're deliberately going to somebody else to get somewhere.
Right. Yeah. And I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, excuse me. You are, in a sense, stealing somebody else's work and butchering it into pieces and doing whatever you want with it.
I wouldn't say it's stealing. I mean, it's not like,
Okay, maybe not necessarily stealing in like the literal sense, but yeah, you're kind of, I guess for lack of a better word, some people may look at it as you're defacing somebody else's art. But I mean, again, I go back to like, we all steal stuff from somewhere and take influences from somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've written things and I'm like, I've heard that somewhere before.
Right.
And might be a while. I'm like, oh my God, that's the melody from
exactly.
I'm singing this melody from, something, I didn't know that I was.
Well, and two, like, let's be honest. I mean, I know with music and sounds and things like that, like you can, I mean, you can go any which way with anything and make one sound completely different 100 different ways. With some things, though, it's like we have a finite amount of resources. We, as of right now, I mean, I'm sure, even people in the hip hop community, they make up words and put them in their songs and all that stuff. But in reality, we've got a finite amount of words. So if you're writing a song, I mean, chances are at some point you're going to string a couple of words together that somebody else has put in the same order. Yeah. Does that make what you're doing any less than what they did? No, absolutely not. You're still being creative. You're putting in your creative process.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
So it's kind of the same idea where like I all the time when I was younger, I had gotten a beat machine and I would make beats on it and stuff like that. And believe it or not, I would record beats, and this is the craziest setup I ever had. I don't know why I did it this way, but I did. I would record through my PlayStation, through my television onto a CD burner, and just burn beats onto a CD like that. And
that is so cool.
It sounded like garbage, but I'm sitting here going, I'm awesome.
Yeah,
look what I just did.
So cool.
I'm so awesome at this. I could do this forever. And I didn't. But like kind of lost my train of thought where I was going with this, but
I knew Justin would like that.
Yeah, but it was, dude. It was so cool. But with that being said, like there's still, I think this is what I tried to say. There's still a creative process to all that. You know, you still.
I get that.
Yeah. You still gotta have some kind of creativity and go, all right, this sounds good. This doesn't sound good. Whatever that may be. You know, so I don't know.
Because I get, I'm always trying to write something new, right?
Yeah, for
when
sure.
I'm writing songs. And that's, it's like the blues, right?
Yeah.
You can't really go anywhere with the blues.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. I know you're. I know
you
what you're
know what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
I know
trying
what
to
you're
put it
saying.
down,
Yeah.
but I'm just,
Blues are the
blues.
blues.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you're right. Going back to what you said, it's like everything's already been done before.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of has. All you're doing is altering.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like,
Like, I mean, people say hip hop was just altering the blues and jazz, and rock and roll was altering those same things too. And, so you're only getting these different genres and these different sounds because somebody at some point is brave enough to go, this is cool, but I think I can make it a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
So.
And newer.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So, when you were coming up, were you going to shows? Were you a big live music guy?
To be honest, like I wanted to get into see live shows. I wanted to see a lot of hip hop performers and stuff like that. When I was younger, this is gonna sound horrible, but when I was younger, like there were a lot of hip hop shows were in a lot of venues that I personally, on my own, didn't feel safe going to, and I didn't have a whole lot of friends that were really rooted into hip hop music like I was. They were into rock and grunge and stuff like that, and I was like, I mean, I'd go and see some shows every now and then like that, but I wasn't really into that. So, no, I wouldn't go see shows. I would literally just, the way I got my new music and my new artists and stuff like that was I would literally sit in my room for hours and hours and hours and hours on end, and I'd play radio DJ. Like when a song come on, I'd hit record and I'd record it off the radio and all that stuff, and then later I'd go back and I'd play I'd play these songs and I'd pretend like I was the DJ announcing these songs and all that stuff. But that was how I got all my music, was like I listened to JLB constantly on Friday on Friday nights. It was like they had their free ride at 5, and they'd play all these like really cool like Detroit bass beats and stuff like that, and I got into that, and just all the stuff that they played. That's where I got my music. And then what is now, what I think it's 105.9 now, used to be 102.7. I can't remember what it was even before that, but the other hip hop station that was here in Detroit, and I would listen to them too all the time, and that was where I got my music from. But then it wasn't until I got even older and got out of high school, had family and stuff like that, and made some other friends, that I was opened up to all kinds of other music that we have here in the state, and that's been incredible. That's been incredible for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Michigan is crazy diverse.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And it's just like, if there's something that you want to hear, I'm sure, maybe it might take a little digging, but you can find it anywhere in this state, man.
Oh,
anywhere. Yeah. There's like I said, there's grunge, there's country, Americana, jazz, blues, hip hop,
and there's
EDM, all that stuff.
Ethnic.
Absolutely.
I mean, contingent everywhere.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
And that's
bluegrass.
Yeah. That's what I love about the state of Michigan as a whole. Like we got all 4 seasons, and we got all kinds of people, man.
All 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah. Absolutely true. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so. How did you get to be involved in the Michigan music scene?
So years ago, it's been about, I think, 15 years now. I was working in this nonprofit organization that I had started with a couple of friends of mine for the deaf community, and basically it was like, for lack of better words, it was like Big Brothers Big Sisters, but for deaf and hard of hearing kids and their families. And real quick backstory on that. I got involved in that because my sister is deaf. My niece and nephew are deaf, and I've got some other deaf family members. So that's something that's kind of always been near and dear to me. So anyways, so we were doing that, and through one of the people in that organization, I met local artist Brad Stewart, and him and I, we just hit it off. We became like really, really good friends. Around that time, he was with another band, and they were touring all over the place. He was here in town for, I think, a couple of weeks. He had just he was finishing up a tour in, I want to say it was in China, I think. But then,
what does he play? What does he do?
So now he's an Americana artist. Okay. At that time, he was doing, and I don't know if he would be embarrassed by me saying this, but he played with a rock band at that time. And like I said, he was finishing up a tour in, I believe it was China, and him and I were talking, and he was talking about, at that point in time, he was talking about how, the music business is just, it's tough. It feels really cutthroat. And he's like, I don't know where I'm going from here. He goes, I just know that I love music, and that's all I want to do. And I said, me too, man. It's been a dream of mine forever. I just don't know how to get plugged in. So him and I just became really quick friends. And then I would go to his shows, and I'd meet people. I'd go to other shows with him and meet people, and it just kind of grew from there. And then fast forward to about a year and a half ago, or somewhere around there. It was I want to say November. Yeah, November of 2024. Him and I are talking, and you know, he was like, you know, there seems to be this transition that's happening in the music community here, and this there's something that's missing, and people need like a place to have a voice and to come together and work with other people, meet other people, and this, that, and the other. And we were just kind of talking about it, and I was like, dude, I should start something that like can build this community and bring people together versus feeling so separated. And you got people here doing their thing, people here doing their thing. Let's try and bring everybody together. So he's like, yeah, dude, you should totally do that. And I go, I have no idea where to start, how I'm going to start. I don't know nothing. He said, here's a list of a couple of names. Talk with these people first and go from there. That list of maybe 10 local singers and songwriters, I reached out to them. That list has grown into about 400 plus contacts now. Wow. And it's been pretty incredible.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I got plugged into that. That's the longer version.
Wow, that's great. That was 2024, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I really haven't been doing this a long time. I mean, we did the first award show for the Michigan Music Awards was 3 months later in, closer to 5 months, because we did it in March then also. So it was closer to 5 months, but man, I did it with no money, no nothing.
Yeah.
And just struggled and asked for favors where I could, and just was like, I got to make this happen. So we did.
And that was last year?
Yeah.
That was the first one?
Yep. Yeah. That was the first one.
Success?
I would call it a success. You know, that I'd say it's probably open to interpretation. You know, there may be people who have been in the industry a long time that may have come to that show and went, that was cute.
Yeah.
Nice work. You know, others that were just like, I see what you're doing, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I felt like if we had 30 people show up, I did pretty good. You know, I was happy with that. And we had probably close to 60 or 70. So I think we did okay. But, you know, obviously every year you want to grow and you want to do better than you did before. So
yeah,
we'll see.
So the support that you had
mm-hmm.
from these singer-songwriters,
mm-hmm.
and what did were they giving you advice? Were they helping out? Like,
so originally how the whole thing really started before I built up to do the award show is I was doing, and I still do this. We do like artist showcases where we like put like a feature on our social media of a certain artist. So hypothetically, let's say I'm doing a feature on you. I'd contact you and I'd say, hey, you know, we'd like to do a feature on you and feature some of your music. Is that okay? If you say yes, then we move forward. You say, you know what, I'd rather not, then that's fine. We move along. But if you say yes, then we just ask you a couple of questions like, are you working on something currently that you would like featured? Can you give me a couple of names of people that you respect in this industry in Michigan? And then there's like one other question along those lines that we would ask, and then we'd gather all that information. We would write up a little blurb about you. We'd post pictures about you and just kind of tell people who you are, what you're doing in Michigan music, and then we would take those other people that are mentioned and now add those to the list. And we would ask those people the same thing. So that's how that list kind of grew exponentially. It would go from, you know, I'd ask you who, you know, a couple people where you may give me 4 names, you may give me 10 names, whatever that looks like. And then I'll reach out to those people. I ask them the same thing. I reach out to the people they tell me, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So,
and these are all just artists.
It started out as artists. There's producers, engineers. I mean, I'm trying to even get into like like the managers and like music attorneys and anything that really has anything to do with the music business in Michigan, I want to interact with those people, and I want to get those people connected to other people.
Okay.
So yeah, it really, it's not, I mean, it could be anybody from somebody that just plays every Sunday in their church band or sings in the church choir, all the way up to somebody that's been touring the country or the world for the last 30 years. It doesn't matter. If you are here in Michigan, your home is here in Michigan, and you work in the music industry, I want to talk to you.
Okay, so this is more than just an awards
Absolutely.
Event.
Yeah, the awards is like the pinnacle of the year, kind of like this is our big culmination party kind of thing.
Okay.
So
you have other events leading up to this that bring the community together?
Exactly. So last year, because of financial hardships and stuff like that with everything, it was a little difficult to put on events as often as we would like. So we're hoping this year we've gotten a lot more members to sign up. We're hoping that we can get some more donations to come in and things like that. And also we're working on, we should have our 501c3 status within the next couple of weeks here. And hopefully that too will help with funding coming into where then we can turn around and we could do workshops. We can have, mixers, we could do showcases, we can do, I mean, there's a myriad of things that we want to do. Mm-hmm. Obviously not all of it we can do with no money. So, you know, I don't want to always have to ask a musician, hey, I'd love to give you the exposure. How about you come play a show for me? I'll get you the exposure. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to pay you. You know, I would like at some point, because this is what people are doing for their livelihood. You know, this is how they are wanting to make their money. They're wanting to become artists and be established and make this their income. And I want to foster that, and I want to nourish that. So I don't want to always ask people to do anything for free. You know, at the beginning here, when we don't necessarily have funds to pay for this or pay for that, it's amazing the people that have volunteered and that have helped out. It's been absolutely incredible. But moving forward, like we're working on structuring things so that we can give more back to the community and build that community.
Okay. Now, when you say community, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
You're talking statewide.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So how does that work? It's a big state.
Yeah, it is. So again, it's relying on person A, B, and C contacting or getting you connected with D, E, and F, and then so on and so forth, and that just kind of growing.
Yeah. So are your events scattered throughout the state?
That's what we're working on.
Okay.
We want to move things around. We want to have showcases in Grand Rapids. We want to do workshops in Lansing, Marquette, Traverse City, you name it. We want something going on there because, you know, there's artists I've already come in contact with they're up in the UP and they're like, wow, that'd be really cool to like play some gigs and stuff like that in a bigger market, but I can't get down there. Okay. I want to bring it up to you then. You know what I'm saying? So so I'd like to be able to bring some of the people that are plugged in down here up to those areas and connect them with the people that aren't necessarily plugged in, get those connected. And that's the essence of all of it, is building that community and helping this little boy that's up in the UP right now playing away on his little guitar, and he wants nothing more than to be a rock star, but he has nobody to show him how to do it.
Yeah.
I want to connect him with somebody like you.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the main core of what this is all about. The awards, the accolades for people, the other other fun stuff, the mixers and just the getting together and partying, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like that's just all extras, man.
Are you able to do that online somehow? Connect people?
Yeah, no, I've actually been able to make quite a few connections online. Like, so when people come and follow us on Facebook or on Instagram, they even there, not live in person, but even there on social media, they may see a feature that we do on somebody, or they might be going through our followers list and go, oh my gosh, this person's like not too far from where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we've been able to make connections like that too. It hasn't.
But I mean, even do like workshops online or like.
Yeah, so that's been a little.
I know that's a little
difficult to put together, but we've worked on trying to do something like that, and I am looking into doing more of that, so that, like you said, the people that are farther out can't come down to the Detroit area.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely gonna have stuff that is accessible to them, whether they do it in person, they want to come down this way, or we go up to them, whatever. Even like you said, the online thing, we're going to have access to all of that for them. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. All right, so March 27th.
Yes.
Michigan Music Awards, Aretha's Jazz Cafe.
Yes.
All right.
I am.
What can people expect?
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
So our first year, like I said, it was just kind of ironing out some things and trying to learn what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. And last year we made it a come as you are event, and it was great. We had a lot of great people show up. This year we want to do it a little different, especially because it's at Aretha's.
Okay.
And Aretha's is like it's like a staple in Detroit. It's like an iconic place, So I want to do it right. So we're stepping it up a little bit. Right. I'm not going to say it's a black tie affair. Like, you don't have to come in here in a tuxedo or anything. Yeah. We're not asking anybody to rent a tux, but it's going to be a more formal event.
Nice.
Dress nice, dress to impress. Not looking for the hoodies, sneakers, and jeans kind of thing, But come dressed to impress. And we're going to be announcing tickets very soon, and the ticket prices very soon. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Man.
Where can they get these tickets? Besides, I'll put them on the Aretha's Jazz Cafe website.
So obviously they'll be able to get them through the Jazz Cafe's website. They can also get them through our website as well, and then it's MichiganMusicAwards.com.
Easy enough.
Yeah, simple.
Okay.
I haven't officially announced any date for this yet, but the members of the Michigan Music Awards, people that have paid for membership, they will get early access to tickets. So if you're not a member, please sign up. It's worth it. Trust me. There's.
And they can go to the website.
If they can go to the website and do all that, there's a little membership tab, and it's a application process. It's not that difficult. Just kind of, we want to know that you're doing something. You're not just somebody's best friend's mom that's like, I love this guy, and because that's the other thing too. So like with the awards, like it's peer-to-peer voted. So it's only members. It's only members that can vote on the winners of the awards. Anybody from the entire state can nominate anybody they want. But members are the only ones that get to vote.
Has that happened already?
Yeah, so we just finished what is today, the 3rd. So the 1st was Sunday. That was the end of the first round of voting. So this next round is going to be, don't quote me, but I want to say the 16th is when the second round opens up. And then this will be a little different, where the first round of voting, we have people, they can select up to 5 people in each category that they want to win. And then in this round, obviously we've narrowed that down, and now you're going to pick one person, and that's where we'll get the winners list from, and that's who will get their awards on the 27th.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah. So
it's exciting.
I'm super excited, man. Like I said, I love Aretha's. This place is amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's
yeah.
beautiful. And like, I mean, to be able, this may sound a little corny, but to be able to attach something that I care so much about, the Michigan Music Awards,
Yeah.
to a name like Aretha Franklin's Jazz Cafe. Like, I got to be honest with you, Ted. Like, when you said, you know, you'd be able to put stuff up on the marquee outside and all that,
It's up there now.
yeah, a buddy of mine
yeah.
was he happened to be down here for something. His name's Chris Simpson from Catch and Play Records. He's a great guy. He was driving down here for something, I guess, and sent me a picture, and I just went, oh, it's real now, you know? And then I came down here. I took a couple of pictures. I'm actually going to take some nighttime pictures tonight before I head home. And yeah, man, I feel so blessed, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait, man. It's going to be a great night. And thank you too, man, for everything. Like
Oh, sure. It's
you've been
great to have
obviously
you,
an
yeah.
integral part in all of it. And, you know, for people that don't know you, I'll tell you right now, one of the greatest guys I've ever met, man.
Oh,
You're
thank
a
you.
great guy, man. So
Back at you.
thanks. I appreciate that.
All right, before I let you go,
Yeah.
What we do at Cafe Chronicles, we like to ask our guests if there's something that you can remember, like a memory of being at the cafe, something that pops in your head.
Yeah. So actually, forgive me on, I don't remember the date or anything
That's
like
all right.
that, but I was here for Singers in the Round, my first time ever being here, and I met some incredible people that night. I met Jorg that night. Louis Lee was here. I met him that night. Jackie Daniels I met for the first time that night. I know I'm forgetting names and everything, but I think the singers that were in the round that night was Danielle Bollinger. I think Jackie might have been singing as well. And there's two others that I cannot think of right now, and it's really going to bug me. But regardless, it was an incredible night. And like I said, I met some really cool people, and I was just like, man, I got to come back here. Just the atmosphere alone, like there's an energy in that room. I don't even know how to really put it into words. It doesn't matter what kind of music is going on stage. Like there's an energy in that room.
Sure.
And you can fit quite a few people in there, but yet it still feels so intimate. And I just love it.
Why did you come down?
I came down for Singers in the Round. So I actually came with my buddy Brad. I don't know if we were just coming to see Singers in the Round or if we were there.
You weren't here for a specific artist, or
We might have been.
Or-
I just
you
kind
don't
of
know.
no,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I kind of was like riding
Yeah.
his coattails coming in, going, yeah, why not? I'll go check it
right.
out. You know, and this was before the awards was like really even
yeah.
much of anything. So
Oh.
so yeah, I just kind of was like, hey, you're going down there? I'll check it out, see what's up, whatever.
All right.
You know. But yeah, that was my first time ever being here. And I've been back a couple of times since.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it, man. So every time
great.
I can get a chance to come down here, I'm coming down for sure. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank
Michigan
you.
Music Awards, March
sir.
27th,
March 27th.
Aretha's Jazz Cafe.
Yeah.
Keep looking at the MichiganMusicAwards.com
Mhm.
website, as well as
Yeah.
ArethasJazzCafe.com.
Yeah, and our social media too. We'll have stuff posted on
Sure.
there about when tickets
Yep.
are coming available and all of that stuff.
So
So,
will we.
Yep.
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 And come check out the marquee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew Rose. Thank you so much.
Ted, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I had
All
a
right.
lot of fun doing this.
Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.